Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC P1078 refers to the intake manifold tuning IMT valve being stuck in a low RPM position. This code primarily impacts the performance and efficiency of your Honda Civics engine. The IMT valve is crucial for optimizing air intake and enhancing engine performance at different RPMs. Its location is typically near the intake manifold, connecting the engine to the air intake system. The Electronic Control Module, ECM, uses signals from various sensors to adjust the valve for optimal performance. When the valve fails to operate correctly, it can lead to poor acceleration and increased emissions. Understanding the specifics of this code can aid in effective troubleshooting. The IMT valve is responsible for controlling the airflow entering the engine based on RPM levels. When it gets stuck in the low RPM position, it can severely limit the engine's ability to draw in air effectively, causing performance issues. This is particularly noticeable during acceleration, where the engine may feel sluggish. The valve operates in conjunction with the ECM to optimize the air-fuel mixture for efficient combustion. The valve's physical location near the intake manifold makes it accessible for inspection, but also susceptible to carbon buildup and other contaminants that can impede its operation. Analyzing the data from the vehicle's onboard diagnostics is critical to confirming this specific fault. There are several potential causes for the DTC P1078 code. The primary issue is a stuck IMT valve, which could be due to binding from carbon deposits or mechanical failure. Wiring issues, such as frayed or damaged cables, can impede the proper signaling between the IMT actuator and the ECM, leading to this error code. It is also important to consider the possibility of poor connections, where loose terminals or corroded connectors may disrupt communication within the vehicle's electronic systems. If the valve doesn't receive proper commands from the ECM, or if there's a break in the circuit, it won't function correctly. Identifying the root cause is crucial for effective repairs. Drivers may notice a few symptoms when experiencing issues related to DTC P1078. A primary symptom is poor engine acceleration. The vehicle may struggle to pick up speed or respond sluggishly to throttle inputs. This can lead to a frustrating driving experience, especially during merging or passing maneuvers. Increased emissions may become evident as the engine runs less efficiently, leading to a potential impact on environmental performance. In some cases, rough idling could also occur, where the engine vibration becomes noticeable while at a standstill. Paying attention to these warning signs can help in diagnosing the problem early, before it becomes more severe. To begin troubleshooting DTC P1078, you first need to turn the ignition switch to the on-to position, which powers the vehicle's electrical systems without starting the engine. This allows the onboard diagnostic system to initialize. Next, use the Honda Diagnostic System HDS to clear the stored diagnostic trouble code, ensuring that any temporary glitches are reset. After resetting the code, perform the IMT test available in the inspection menu of the HDS. This test will assess the functionality of the IMT valve and determine whether it is operating correctly. Depending on the outcome of this test, you can proceed with the next steps in the troubleshooting sequence. After performing the IMT test, check the result as indicated on the HDS screen. If the result shows OK, it suggests that the IMT valve is functioning at that moment, but there may still be intermittent failures. In this case, it is crucial to inspect for poor connections or loose terminals, particularly at the IMT actuator and the ECM. Corroded or affected connectors can lead to inconsistent signals, causing fault codes to appear sporadically. If everything appears secure and functional, further investigation may be required to capture the conditions under which the problem occurs. This step helps ensure the vehicle operates reliably across various driving conditions. If the IMT test result is not okay, the next steps involve further inspection of the IMT actuator. Begin by turning the ignition switch to the lock 0 position, effectively shutting down the electrical systems. This is a safety measure to prevent electrical shorts while working on the vehicle. Afterward, disconnect the 5P connector from the IMT actuator to isolate it from the rest of the system. Once disconnected, turn the ignition switch back to the on 2 position. This prepares the system for further diagnostics by allowing for a new series of readings without interference from the actuator itself. Understanding this step is crucial as it narrows down the potential sources of the problem. Once the IMT actuator is disconnected, you should now check the IMT valve switch, IMT valve SW, using the HDS data list. This will show you whether the valve indicates a closed status, which is essential for normal operation. If close is indicated, it suggests that the actuator and valve may be functioning correctly, leading you to the next troubleshooting step. Conversely, if close is not shown, it signifies a potential failure in the system that necessitates further action. Your observation at this point can guide the next corrective steps, effectively steering the troubleshooting process in the right direction. If the IMT valve switch does not indicate close, the next step is to turn the ignition switch to lock 0 again to ensure you are working safely. Following that, you will jump the SCS line using the HDS system, which is a method used to bypass certain diagnostic checks temporarily. This allows for more direct testing of the electronic control module, ECM, and helps isolate the fault. After jumping the SCS line, the next action is to disconnect the ECM-PCM connector B, which typically has 44 pins. Detaching this connector allows you to examine the wiring and paths leading to and from the ECM to the IMT actuator more thoroughly. Once the connector B from the ECM-PCM is disconnected, the next diagnostic procedure involves checking the continuity between ECM-PCM connector terminal B39 and the body ground. Checking continuity means you are testing whether there is a complete current path, which is vital for ensuring the electronic signal is flowing correctly. If continuity is present, it indicates there may be a short in the wiring between the ECM-PCM and the IMT actuator. At this point, repairs must be made to correct the short circuit condition. On the other hand, if there is no continuity found, this means that further diagnosis is necessary to identify and remedy the fault in the circuit. For the final step, you will now check the continuity between ECM-PCM connector terminal B37 and the body ground. This inspection is similar to what was done in the previous step and serves as another safety check to ensure that the signal path through the wiring is intact. If continuity is confirmed, this verifies that the circuit to the IMT actuator power supply is functioning efficiently. In contrast, any interruptions in this path could indicate a damaged wire or connector that needs repair. Use this information to inform your next actions, whether repairing solder connections or replacing faulty wiring, to fully resolve the issue. After following through with the troubleshooting steps and making any necessary repairs based on the findings, it's crucial to reassemble all disconnected components properly. Once everything is in place, clear the diagnostic trouble codes again using the HDS, ensuring that no previous errors are recorded. Following the code clearance, a test drive is essential to observe the vehicle's performance under normal operating conditions. This allows you to confirm that the IMT valve is functioning correctly and the DTC P1078 does not reappear. Ensure everything functions as expected, thereby effectively verifying the success of the repairs performed. To prevent the recurrence of DTC P1078, implementing regular preventive maintenance is essential. Schedule periodic inspections of the IMT valve and related components to catch potential issues before they escalate. Cleaning the IMT valve periodically can help prevent carbon buildup that might cause it to stick. Additionally, regularly checking wiring connections for signs of wear, corrosion, and loose terminals can ensure stable electrical communication throughout the system. Adopting these practices can enhance the reliability of your Honda Civic's performance and help maintain good fuel efficiency, reducing the likelihood of errors. In summary, DTC P1078 signifies that the IMT valve is stuck in a low RPM position, which can adversely affect engine performance. Following the prescribed troubleshooting steps is key to locating the specific issues causing this fault. Regular inspections and cleaning of the IMT valve, as well as checking connections, can help mitigate future problems. Recognizing the symptoms early allows for timely interventions, ensuring your Honda Civic operates efficiently. Understanding how this code relates to overall vehicle performance is vital for effective maintenance and repairs, ultimately leading to a better driving experience. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.